welcome to a completely different position in space. Yeah, so what happened, so I was curled up in the CLC, just kind of tucked behind the survival kit, taking a nap, when this big old solar storm came and hit and knocked us completely off course, with the force of someone losing the save file to the series. Yeah, so this big solar storm, you can see it did a number to my solar panels, moved us completely. This is a completely different asteroid area with iron in it this time. The moon is now here. And yeah, and all my GPSs are gone, so we can never go back to where we were. But with all that occurring, I did take the time to use up every one of my resources, even the ones that make no sense, to weld up the platform here, and it doesn't look super different, I guess, but I've reworked the CLC. Let's hop in here. This was just because I moved the docking thing to down there. I realized that the ramp was pretty much at the perfect position. I can just walk along it and go along with the curve thanks to the mag boots. So that's fun. So the astute among you will probably notice there are two spacer blocks in between the hinges on the arms now. The big change I made was I'm using math so that I can have the legs move to the position they were supposed to. So if I look, it's also simplified things a little bit because I only have 2 positions instead of 3. So right now we're in spaceflight orientation. If I turn, I think it's, nope, can't turn it off. If I turn on landing orientation, you can see the legs move to another position and lock. Mostly, I think. I've noticed that merge blocks don't always all change colors, but I'm pretty sure it's still locked. I now have everything sort of adjusted so that when I'm landing, these thrusters are still in, they're working. If I turn them on, I'd have to undock. I guess I can do that real quick. See, so they are on, working. We didn't see the thrust, but I thrusted with them. Then, if I want to go back to spaceflight, press the button. They freak out a little bit. I should probably have them turn off when they're moving. But yeah, now we're in spaceflight orientation. Now, to make this work, the actual body of the CLC has had to be elongated. So, if we're looking in here, I moved the O2 generator over. Then we actually had enough room for a 4th cargo container in here. Hopefully I've not made this thing too heavy to lift off, but I think it'll work just fine. Anyway, that is done. This is mostly done. I should probably fix these, except, as I said, I have no materials anywhere, which is not great. So I think the first thing I need to do, I guess, is just go and mine some things. Probably just some stone to get silicon. Alright, so we're detecting the iron. I did do a little bit of poking around. So far I've found iron and silver in this set of asteroids. So that's pretty good. Oh god. That is very loud. I'm going to adjust some suit parameters. Alright, that is a full load of stone. Get this back in refining. I think my first... Really, the first thing I do, I should get the solar panels working. So that I have, power. Then I probably need to get a miner going. Probably just a small... Yeah, small one at first. Just because I need something I can use to, gather this resource stuff. Ooh, that was a little closer than I thought. Yeah, I need to gather resources more efficiently. I also... So I have about 40% hydrogen. I guess 43. And that's all I have because I no longer have platinum available. So really... Yeah, a small mining machine. Basically, I'm gonna build another king shrimp, I guess. Which was a small hydrogen-powered miner, for those unfamiliar. Well, this should be processing. I can just walk, can't I? Yay, no gravity. Let's get all of the stone off. Then what is our... Oh, right. Okay, we're getting some stuff. Alright. That's all looking good. So we now have plenty of power from the sun. Well, not plenty, but we have power from the sun. We still... Okay, we're done with that stone. I guess if I'm desperate, I could... Ooh. I could worry about the low power on these batteries. But I could also rig up something to where this has a drill attachment. Maybe that's the best option I have. So if I start with a connector there, and then, whoops, and a second connector that's actually lined up on top of it, then we'll do a hinge and a drill. So my idea with this mechanism, I will be able to, with this connector, connect onto the bottom of the CLC. Then I have a drill on the bottom. I can hover over the stone or an ore deposit, angle this hinge down, and then I can gather that resource. I guess I could just... Nah, I like this better. Yeah, I can gather this resource and then basically dock with this connector. Oh, except for I have an event controller controlling the thrusters that I'll have to turn off. Second idea. I don't really have any easy cargo access. I mean, I guess I could remove one of these. Yeah, I think that'll be better. Okay. We're going a less scientific approach. I'm just going to... I think I'll have... still a piston, just to get down. And then... one drill. Not beautiful, very temporary, but it should get the job done. Yeah, I do have a GPS of here. Let's see if I can make it to this signal. I can also do a little quick bit of... Oh. Okay, I thought this rock was bigger and further away. Anything of good? Looked like just some iron. Oh, right. Oh, I did just notice my air is not in a very good position for a long-term voyage. I'm sure it'll last. I think I have air. I hope I have air. Alright, what goodies do you have? It's not a very complex one. But it's got a few bits and pieces. Okay, that should work. Ow. Yeah, I guess I should... yeah, we'll do it in this. Go and get some basic resources. I'm gonna need to do some scouting as well. Because I need to find resources. I need, at the very least, I need some cobalt, and really I need some ice. But we can do this sort of piecemeal. Fill up on iron first, and then one load of iron in this thing should be enough for a while. As ungainly as this looks, it's actually working pretty well. The only downside is I have to keep checking the drill to make sure it's not full. That'll be my indicator that I'm done. Oh, okay. That is a full load of iron. So I'll drop this off back at base, and then I may check out those asteroids because they're fairly close, but hopefully not close enough that they're the same as these asteroids. I guess worst case... Ooh, actually, I am pretty much above another ice lake, it looks like, on the surface. I think that's what I'm looking at down there. So worst case, I could always head back down there and gather up some materials. I think luckily this drill is in a position that I can land still. Let's go ahead and offload everything. Yeah, 30k iron. That's pretty good. Alright. Well, I think that asteroid is part of this cluster still. Let's see what these guys are doing. I also don't actually know where gravity begins around here. I think I'm at a higher altitude than I was. That asteroid over there is bluish. That could be ice. Then again, it could just be bluish rock. I'm also, nah, the moon is pretty far away, but I am closer to the moon than I was, so maybe not worst case, I could always go there and see if I can, you know, it'll be easier to land there for sure, and I should be able to, in fact, I can't quite see the polar caps, but I should be able to find the polar caps, and that would be a quick way to get some ice. The only issue is it's still a long haul. Okay, that looks like iron. Blue. Okay, there it goes. Yep, so we've got some iron. Whoa. It really would be better to have a large grid something to do this. I could probably still get away with, especially if I can find some ice, I could get away with building a large grid thing. I'm gonna do this by hand because it feels safer. I'll be able to poke in these crevices more. Oh. Okay, a little bit of nickel in here. Go ahead and GPS that and then come get some. I may go scout those things first. Because nickel's lovely, but if there's better stuff... Actually, hold on. I just remembered. In that solar storm, I did all the weird stuff to my suit. It kind of created a, well, that's what we'll say. The solar storm coded new stuff for me. I'm pretty sure. Where does that live? How does that work? I can't remember. Right, it says a thing in one of the screens. I have this for radio spectrometry. Spectrometry? That might be how you say it. Where is... Right, the ore detector on this thing is at the top. I think this might just work... Oh, that is illegible. Yeah, no asteroid detected. This may just work by pointing the top of the ore detector at an asteroid. So I'm just gonna reposition that real quick. Ha! Yep. Okay. There's stuff happening. Yeah, can I... Is there any way to make this better than it is? I think I need a bigger screen. The convenient thing about having this whole complex machine as a scout vehicle is if I need more parts, I can build more parts. Okay, that's more legible. So, basically how the radio spectrometry deal works, you have this sort of noise signal, and it has different spikes that correspond to different types of ore. So, I don't have a cursor. This is an awkward viewing angle, but you can see, so obviously the asteroid is made of stone. So, stone is our first one. We've got a little hump there and two more over there. So those are indicative of stone. We know there's iron in this one. Iron has a spike here and here, which correspond. Then we can also see there's a spike there. There's not really. There's a little bit of one there. And then the one there with the stone. That corresponds to nickel. So that's how you sort of read this. And with this system in place, I also have a camera to help with targeting. That's the base. Yeah, I should be able to just look at an asteroid and see what's going on there. So this one, definitely made of stone. So that's neat. It looks like nickel? Yeah. Okay, so I think that's another nickel asteroid. So if I didn't look at that one, my guess is this is the same deal. Oh, maybe not. This may have magnesium and ice? This has ice in it. That's what those spikes mean. Okay. Hopefully it's not looking at the planet. No, I think the planet would just be a giant mess. So hopefully this is true. We may have some ice available down here. That may mean, depending on how much we find, I may be able to justify building a large mining vessel. Nope. That's not good. So it's ice, but it's ice in gravity. Not much gravity, and we should be able to handle it, but it means I'm going to be burning fuel to mine here. Alright. Show me your icy secrets. I'm not seeing the ice or detecting it. What I may do here... Yeah, we've already used like 10% fuel. I think... Yeah, this crater seems nice. I am going to land... and then hope that I have an easier time scouting with my hand drill. I really hope I didn't misread. Oh, right, that's why things are weird, because I'm at a weird angle. I really hope I didn't misread the ice indicator here. There's a hole inside. I should have a headlight on for. Come on, you rock. Okay, there's magnesium. That's something. But not something useful. I suppose I could use bullets to propel myself, but that's probably not the best use of my time. Come on. Such a strong ice signal, too. Oh, was that something? Or was that just the... I think that was just the unidentified signal flitting about the screen. It's possible that it's like all the way at the core. As much as that would suck. And I feel like it's gonna be... It'll be a real waste of time trying to find it. Where is... Uh-oh. Where is ship? There is ship. I don't want to be on the wrong side of this asteroid and run out of fuel.
Fuel critical.
I could keep poking and prodding this thing, but... unfortunately, I just don't think I'm gonna find the ice in time. Or at least in any reasonable time. Alright. Let's get out of grav. Let's see if we can't spot any more ice containing asteroids anywhere. In fact, specify that that's in gravity, and hopefully that'll give me a good indicator so I know in the future. So that's the base. Let's just verify what was there. So yeah, we know iron. It's interesting. I saw just a little bit of silver, but the readout doesn't indicate it. Maybe it's only certain ones of this group. I don't know how well I'll be able to identify that. We'll just call it iron. What's that? Ooh. Okay, it's got a bunch of stuff. Looks like I'm getting spikes for stone. I think I'm reading silicon. And probably nickel. Okay, so that's a bunch of stuff, but not useful stuff. Kind of want to fly back to base. Let's do it. Boost towards base, and then we can always angle as we go because we're in space. I don't want to get too far away, but at the same time, I think I'm gonna have to. And that's a concerning thought I just had. I don't actually know how much fuel I need to land this thing. So if I wanted to aim for that ice lake, let's scout some of these fellas. I think that one has platinum on it. I have no good way of marking that at this distance. Those are part of this cluster. So they're iron. That fell way over there. Looks like maybe stone and iron. I don't know what that one is. It's weird. Ah, so that's the one that has a little bit of silver on it from the look of things. Alright, what do we have on this side? I see a little hint of blue. Ooh. That's reading as more ice. Strong ice, and I saw blue on it. Okay. That's where we're headed. It's looking further away than I'd hoped, but do some scouting while we're here. What are... Oh? No. Okay, it just didn't update. This one looks like stone and maybe silicon. That one is that more ice? Oh, that's where I'm going. So yes, ice. Ah, that's the other one I wanted to see if I could peek. See if I can do this. Iron. Okay, well this is a good float, but if there's ice here, it solves a lot of our problems. I think I see the ice. That's definitely ice. And I think we'll fill up on this, bring it back to base. I should be able to process enough of it on board. I may go to the platinum asteroid after this, because if I can get some platinum for thruster components, although I think I need gold as well. Okay, never mind then. I may gather up enough of this and then build a large grid dedicated miner. Oh yeah. Look at that mighty ice vein. Yes. And hopefully I'm not seeing more from a quick glance, but hopefully there's... Actually, I see some more ice on that other small asteroid. So there's probably enough here that I can keep coming back a few times as needed. Okay, I'm gonna get the drill about as full as I feel comfortable. Then we will call that a success. Okay, yep. So we're looking good. The O2H2 gen is working. It's probably not going to be going fast enough to be much use, but it does probably mean that I won't run out of hydrogen. Especially considering I'm drifting for 12 kilometers. Okay, well I think I'll go and go and build a dedicated sort of mining ship now. Because then we can do our scouting in that. My thought for this, it'll be large grid, but it'll be small. Probably not even a large... Oh, crud, I don't have cobalt. That means I can't build a large cargo container. Or... Oh no, I can't build hydrogen thrust. Oh no. That darn solar storm stealing all my components. Well, we'll drop this ice off. And then I guess I have to keep scanning for cobalt. Would be the next thing I need. In fact, while I'm out here, because I have fuel, I don't strictly need to conserve it by not stopping. So what are... Actually, hold on. Can I... Can't spot anything. This might be... Cobalt? This is tricky. Either this has cobalt on it or silicon and stone. I'm thinking it definitely has nickel. Yeah, I'm thinking this is... I don't think there's cobalt on this. So, I'm pretty sure how this ore spectroscopy works. Part of it. I guess more how the asteroids work. Asteroids have... I think they can... Oh god, they can have up to 5 ores. I looked this up once. This could have everything. I think it's most common for them to have up to 3 types of ore. One of the ore that can happen is stone. So that's like part of how you end up with fewer ores, is some of the ore can become stone. So, because it's reading, it looks like there's some definite stones. That takes out 1 slot for ore. There's definite nickel in the one I'm pointed at. And the silicon and cobalt lines up with everything. But everything cobalt lines up with also has another thing. Those other things make more sense to me. Now, that's interesting. I think that's just stone and iron. That one looks like just iron. What is that one? I don't know. Signal's in an inconvenient spot. I don't know. I don't think it has cobalt. That one looks like stone and iron. Ooh. It's got some interesting readings. I think this one has ice. Ice and iron? Ooh. I see more blue on this one. It could be magnesium. But I don't think so. There's a tick on the very far right, which is an indicator for cobalt. I think this is cobalt. I'm thinking this is cobalt and iron. Ha! It's way further than the ice moon. But I guess I can always pick up more ice. Oh no. Because I'm full of ice. I can get to this cobalt, but I'm not going to be able to mine it. Okay, I've got an idea for that. At the very least, I feel we need to go there and verify what we're seeing. Crazy idea, too. While I'm going, I can, as I transit past, I can get this unknown signal and hopefully be able to catch my ship. Which actually, this was probably a very bad idea. Yeah, no. I'm not risking it. And I realized I can only reapproach my ship at 10 meters a second. So I could get to the signal, but I may not be able to stop at the signal, gather whatever resources it has, and get back in time to not crash into the asteroid. Yeah, this approach is very slow. Ow. Okay, I saw some cobalt, but it wasn't surface level. Unfortunately for this mining rig, I kind of need a surface level. I am thinking the cobalt that's here, it was like 100-something meters down. I think it just glitched into detection for my ore detector. I'm not seeing any like caves that cut straight through this thing. Let's see if I can float around and get a position again. I think I'm gonna just have to tunnel. Okay, this is not what I want to do. I'm just gonna see if I can bore a hole straight through and detect the cobalt on my way. Interesting. Okay. Well, that didn't work. There it is. Aha. Cobalt. Okay. We'll bring the ship closer. I'm still gonna have to hand mine to get down there. I think I have an idea. Yeah, I need cargo capacity, and I don't have because I'm full of ice. So what I could do... Yeah, I should have enough to build a large cargo container. And if... I'll just stick to mutilating this one side. So if I build that there, I should be able to gather enough stuff. I have to do this from here. Yeah, I should be able to gather enough stuff to build it. Almost. Need just a little bit more stone. Oh! No, I don't. That is convenient. Okay. So, now we get down here to the cobalt, just fill up that cargo container, and hopefully that's enough of it. I can do what I need to do. Okay. I've not filled up that container, but I've done a bunch of mining and I'm tired of it, frankly. So, I'm going to real quick scout out and see if there's anything else useful over here. Because that's home way over there. If there's anything in these nearby asteroids, I might as well stop by, pick them up. Because then I can... yeah, nothing useful there. You know, I'm in this side of the world, so I might as well make use of it. Well, it is looking like there's not much in the local area of value. How much cobalt do I have? 25k ore. That's probably enough to build a simple ship. Guess I could get more ice. Yeah, we'll head back to ice. We'll see. We'll stop there, do another scout of that region. If some of those asteroids have anything useful in them, I may zip over to that. I mean, worst case, it's a good idea to stock up on ice. Because if I'm going to be trying to fuel a large ship, even with a fairly small tank on that large ship, I'm going to need a lot more fuel than this thing has. Okay. Drill is almost full. Everything else is pretty much full. Let's go home. Okay, I think we're stopping in time. We are, yes. We are rather heavy, so I wasn't certain. Okay, so we've got a little bit of ice. How is our... Yep, our refinery seems to be doing good on the old cobalt. Did I... Hold on. Oh, it's not 6.2k of silicon, that's 6.2 silicon. Nickel was pretty low as well. Oh no, 9.54 silicon. Yeah, so we may need a bit more of that. But should be able to take apart this stuff. Okay, so for this mining ship, I think we'll start off with a cargo container. So I've got a little something or something put together here. The gist of this is just a very compact large grid miner. I've got a cockpit, a reverse thrust, 2 drills, a bit of asymmetry. So this is the ore detector, then I have the battery and a gyroscope on the other side. So they sort of balance out visually even though they're different. I have 2 hydrogen tanks, 2 forward thrust, which is mainly there just because it was the more convenient place to put it. I have down thrust, side to side, and lift. Got 1 connector. I've got an antenna attached via this little curvy bit. And down the middle, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cargo containers. I'm basically using as piping. And 1 connector. So all of that together should produce a pretty viable mining machine. Just going to be a matter of welding it all up. But I think I'll do that next time because this time has been going on for a while. So we've not got a ton of progress, but we should have, you know, we've got the stuff we need to make progress soon. We've got some materials. We now have a mining machine to get more materials faster. Then, I don't know. I guess I build up this base a bit more. Yeah, I guess that would be the next thing to do. So all that'll be coming into future. For now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, check out my other stuff, become a member, do all the YouTube-y stuff that the algorithm wants me to say. Until next week, bye-bye.